common areas that you deal with limitations, how to breaking down limits.
The
Are there?
yeah, the highest or the most common limits that people have would be anger,
Mm,
sadness, fear,
mm,
and guilt.
mm-hmm.
Um, and guilt's huge. Um,
Mm.
and yet it's such a wasted emotion because
What
it
use
deals
is it?
with it's to deal with the past.
Yeah.
Guilt has everything to do with the past, and if we're dealing with now, if the past is a perception and the future's a perception, and we're really focusing on now, then guilt is such a wasted emotion because it only deals with the past. It's something that you feel that you did in the past, and so you think, why am I hanging on to that? You know, that's
Mm,
like a rock in your backpack that's stopping you from moving the way the universe designed you to move through the planet,
mm,
you know, in such an effortless way.
mm.
Everything's meant to be easy, and we make it. We're the ones that make it hard. Whatever hard is for us, we make it that.
That's it, isn't it? So why do we hang on to guilt? Why do people, keep it there, keep that rock in their backpack?
I think for some people, it's actually beneficial to play a
Mm,
victim role. I think for some
mm.
people, it's ignorance. They don't realize that by letting it go,
What's
it can be
happening?
such an easy
Mm,
ride for them.
mm,
I think for other people, they can gather friends through talking about that they're guilty about something, and other friends that are guilty as well about the same thing. It's usually about raising family, children, something that they did. Look, I had a lady come to me, and when you meet her, you'd think, oh my gosh, what a beautiful soul. And when she told me what she was hanging on to, I, I honestly couldn't believe it. It was like, you did what? So you just don't know, because then she's scared of uh, moving forward in case people from her past recognized her for some, you know, stuff she used to
Mm.
do. And so this whole fear of moving forward and being successful
Right.
was this big, was
So
huge.
she'd be putting herself out there, and actually she probably felt like she was a fraud then, that should be
Well,
uncovered
in some people's eyes, yeah.
in some people's eyes. Wow. So working with her on that,
Yeah,
how?
well, it was huge. I actually got her to snap out of it. And sometimes as a coach, you've got to be tough, and
Mm,
you realize that you're dealing with their subconscious mind. So let's say you and I were coaching.
mm,
I'm no longer talking with Helen Kerrison once I start coaching. I'm actually talking to your subconscious mind. So
mm,
that frees me up. I've noticed that I do that. That frees me up to sometimes get tough. You know,
yeah,
like some
yeah.
people have had some huge stuff. I mean, Helen, I've lived a charmed life. And I think maybe that's why I've been designed to be a coach, because, you know, I can happily clear people so that they can also live a charmed life.
Yeah,
You know, I
yeah,
had no
yeah.
idea the incidences of sexual abuse, the incidences of
Mm,
abuse generally,
mm,
verbally, sexually, physically, the
mm,
number of people that have been bashed by a lot of members of their family,
yeah.
and then they went to school and they were bashed. um, the number of people that have been damaged by religious groups,
Mm,
you know, and
mm,
never told a soul for 55 years.
mm, mm.
Um, and have held that in, you know, and even their best friends of 35 years didn't know about it.
Yeah,
Imagine that's
yeah,
affecting every cell of your body. And then
yeah.
one day I say to them, it's time to release that. And I remember a lady running out of the course, grabbing her car keys, and she went to drive away. She still didn't face it. And I stood in front of the car like, I said, nobody leaves on my shift.
And she didn't run you over.
No, but you know what? You know, she screamed. There was so
Yeah,
much inside of her, and
yeah.
yet her best friend of 35 years never knew. So she'd
My
even
dear.
held it from, and this is it. This inability to tell anybody
Mm.
can kill you.
You can. Literally, it can kill
Mm.
you. Yeah,
Mm.
absolutely. We see it. I see it with perhaps not on such extreme levels, but just sort of every day you see people that are struggling with stuff in their past, and you see the effect that it has on them. And so often it can be something really small, even, you know, abuse and they're huge and have, but we can also be totally blocked by a really small thing that when
Yes.
it comes out, you know, I've had clients I've worked with come out and they said, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe that that's what it was all about."
Mm.
You know, it could have been sort of being told off in school when they were 6,
Yes.
or
I
finding,
had Helen. I had exactly that example.
yeah,